What's going on? So it seems that last night's pay-per-view with the PBC's Amazon's first pay-per-view actually turned out to be good. Wasn't expecting a very good pay-per-view from the card itself. It didn't seem like good fights, but they were all action-packed. Very, very good card. Very solid card. And surprising results. No, who would have thought Fundora was going to win? Now, I'm sure a lot of people might have bet on the underdog for him, but no, you would think that Tim Tszyu was definitely going to win. And he fought a really good fight. What a dog Tim Tszyu was. The blood and everything on him from the elbow. I mean, I think a rematch definitely deserves to be had. I don't know about immediately, Spence getting in the ring. I'm talking about Crawford. Who knows what's going to happen, but we do know that the next fight is going to be a good fight. If Fundora fights either Spence, Crawford, or a rematch with Tim Tszyu, it's going to be a good fight. Now, Fundora, respect, man. Big respect to Fundora. When you look at him, obviously a dude that's 6'6", and he's like, you would think that he's like a weight bully, right? That's all you can. The dude is huge. He's 6'6" and 154 pounds. I really, really looked at him as a weight bully before, but after this fight, this was a tough fight, and he definitely earned respect. So big respect to Fundora. Spence getting in the ring. How about that? What do you guys think about Spence getting in the ring? The question is, does he deserve it? Does he deserve this immediate? It's not about if he deserves another title shot. Of course he does, because Spence is great. Spence was a great champion, great fighter. The question is, does he deserve an immediate fight at 154 above Crawford? How could you put him in front of the man that just beat him for a title shot? Very, very interesting business going on in the PBC, and you can't blame them. I used to hate the PBC a lot, and the more and more I look into it as a business owner myself, I kind of see things that, how could you hate him? How could you hate a company for trying to protect their own pockets? Now, I know when I say that from a fan's perspective, it's going to come out different, because you guys are like, we only want the best fights. But from a business perspective, if they don't protect their pockets, they're out of business, and they don't put any more fights. So them wanting to keep Fundora or Tim Tszyu against Spence, keeping it in-house, it makes sense. It makes sense. Them pushing Crawford to the side. I don't know if it'll work, but they're going to try it because it's in their best interest. The company has to survive. The company has to make money. So all these in-house fightings, tank only fighting, the whole PBC side of the street thing, you can really, really see they're turning it up, because it is obvious they are pushing Crawford to the side. It's obvious. Crawford just destroyed Spence, and you're telling me Spence is going to get a title shot in front of Crawford? Doesn't make sense. And then Crawford going on X, Twitter, whatever it's called, and saying, Spence looks like a linebacker. And that's pretty funny, because Spence was pretty blown up when Spence got in the ring. Dude, he's always Spence is a big boy. No, what do you think? He's walking around 180, 190, right? To cut down, you would think that you never seen Crawford out of shape. You have never in your life. See, I don't know, but, definitely not recently. You have never seen Crawford out of shape. He is never out of shape. Crawford is always in the gym. Not just in the gym. You could, gain some weight and still be in the gym, but it just looks like Crawford is always around fight weight. He's always ready. Spence looked a little ballooned up in weight. He looked like a linebacker. But he looks like he's in a good space, and sometimes it's good put that weight on and not cut weight and just relax. His body went through a lot. But let's see, Fundora was asked in the post fight of who he would rather fight, and it's confusing. And here's an interesting thing. Fundora said that he wanted to fight Crawford because Crawford's the best fighter in the world. And as this morning I'm looking on Twitter, And PBC puts out a headline of saying Fedora wants to fight Spence. And I'm like, but I just heard him say he's going to fight Crawford. Why are you saying? So PBC has their narrative. They want, whether it was Fundora or Tsimzu, it doesn't matter. They want their belt holder to fight Spence next. Does it matter to the PBC who wins if Fundora beats Spence? Doesn't matter. No, they want the belt in-house. Why? Well, the belt is where the pay-per-view comes, ticket sales, money is with the belt. Politics aside, yes, politics, Spence doesn't deserve it. Business, it makes more sense to put Spence in there against Fundora. Will the WBO allow it? Because Crawford petitioned for it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. But it was a good fight. Definitely a good card. Not the biggest superstars, but I can guarantee you that Tsimzu Fundora fight was way more entertaining than it would have been versus Thurman. I think Thurman would have got washed. Fundora was already in camp. He was already training. Fundora put on the fight of his life. Fundora fought for his life in there. He fought his heart out. And so did Tsimzu. Blood and all, blood gushing out. Tsimzu is a warrior, both these guys. So good fights. Very excited to see what happens next. What do you guys think? Who deserves the title shot? Spence or Crawford? Drop a comment, leave a like. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.